Hello, I am making this screencast for a capstone project of machine learning with Microsoft Azure Nano Degree program. In this project, I have predicted the heart failure using both AutoML Run and Hyperdrive. This is a classification problem, and the heart failure clinical records dataset used for this project is obtained from Kaggle. So the first step is to register this external dataset in Azure ML Studio. I have completed this part, and the heart failure dataset can be seen under the registered datasets in Azure ML Studio. Let's explore this dataset a little. Here we can see that this dataset has 300 records and 13 columns. In the next step, we have to train models using both AutoML and Hyperdrive and deploy the best model as a web service. And for this task, I have made two experiments. One is for AutoML and one is for Hyperdrive. Let's first discuss the Hyperdrive experiment. Here the status of the experiment is completed. Since in the Hyperdrive part, we have to select a model on our own and tune its hyperparameters using Hyperdrive. So I have used logistic regression model, and the hyperparameters that I have used for tuning is maximum iterations and the inverse of regularization strength. In this tab, we can see the child runs, and from here we can obtain the best Hyperdrive run. Here the status of this run is completed, and the maximum accuracy that is achieved through it is 87%. Now let's discuss the AutoML experiment. The status of the AutoML experiment is also completed, and the best model obtained through AutoML is voting ensemble, and it has obtained maximum accuracy of 87%. Here we can see other run metrics of voting ensemble model. Since we have to deploy the best performing model and our AutoML model is the best performing model here, so I have registered and deployed the AutoML model. Here the deployment status is succeeded. Now let's move to the models section to see the registered model. This is our registered model, and from endpoint sections we can see the web service associated with this model. This is our web service. Here we can see the status is healthy, and our deployed model can be accessed at this URI. One point that I would like to highlight here is that I have also enabled application insights for this web service. Here it can be seen, and the next step is to test this web service, and for this step let's move to the notebook section. This is my AutoML notebook, and here we can see the scoring URI of the model, and here I have write the code to test the deployed model. I have already sent request to the model using the post method, and this is the response obtained from the model. This response shows that the web service is working perfectly. One more thing that I would like to show in this notebook is that I have enabled the application insights, and these are the logs that are obtained from the web service. And I also want to show the run details. Here is the run details widget, and it is showing that the run is completed. In the end, we have to delete the service and the compute cluster, and I will execute these steps after finishing this video. Thanks.